think a lot of people new to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, they want to jump onto this train, try to create some profit and some.
So there's a reason, right? Bitcoin is the most popular, although Ethereum's kind of coming up now. So people recognize that and they see that it's been gaining a lot of steam throughout its years as a cryptocurrency. So they're like, okay, well, this one seems stable. It's not because people are like, oh, well, I don't understand anything, I'm going to throw it in there. It's because people understand that something like a crypto market is incredibly volatile. That means it goes up, it goes down all the time. All the time it fluctuates extremely, okay? And so when you have something that is more stable than the other ones, that's where most people are going to invest their money because they don't want to take a loss. When you invest your money, you don't want to lose your money, obviously. So that's why. Yo, what's up? So today we're actually going to go over an Arya video, but he's a changed man, a new person. He is making videos about just general crypto and investing. So let's see what this video is about. I'm not going to have as much probably to say about a lot of the Earth 2 stuff because he's not going to say a lot about it, but we're still going to go over the video and talk about some of the points he makes and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about other investments that I have into the world of investing. You know, mostly this channel is about Earth 2 content. So like I said in the last video, we're going to cover more things like cryptocurrency, stocks, Whoa. NFTs, pretty much
all of
everything
it
that I am invested in myself. I'm not one of those people who say, invest in this, and then I have my own investments in something else. I think that's kind of shady.
True.
So if anything
that is shady.
I'm telling you to invest in, I personally have money in. So if you're losing, I'm losing as well. So just make
but
sure
not financial advice, right?
So as always, do your own research. Never invest what you can't afford to lose. And I'm
True.
not a financial advisor. But as you see
True.
in the title, I can show you how you can make 8% on your money, pretty much sleeping, doing nothing, virtually no risk at all.
Okay. So anytime anyone says there's no risk in investing, immediately you should get like, oh, I don't know about that, right? Because like, how many things are there even no risk in? Like almost nothing there's no risk in. And 8%, I don't know if he means like 8% a year, 8% a month, 8% how often, right? Like 8% a year is like not too unreasonable. Like a lot of top end stocks will perform that well, but still, depending on how often he's talking about, it could be like if he's talking about a month, that would be absurd, right? So maybe he's talking about a year, but let's see.
On my channel, they got into Earth 2, but Earth 2 is not really like crypto. I mean, at least not yet. I believe it's going to be crypto in the future.
It's not.
They actually started getting their feet wet into the crypto sector, and a lot of people are not educated within NFTs, crypto. Fortunately, I am myself. So I'm going to try to show you as easy as possible how you can understand this space. You can possibly make money with this. Like, there's a lot of other crypto channels out there, but a lot of them are too advanced, I believe, for a lot of people. They just don't understand. Like
the reason crypto channels are so advanced is because blockchain as a technology is pretty complicated. Okay, so it's not just like everyone who's grown up in America or pretty much any country really understands how like currency works. So, but like transferring that idea into something that's a decentralized version of distributing like some kind of like money, like that's really hard to even begin to describe, right? That's why it gets really complicated. And there has to be a lot of different checks in place to make sure that people aren't lying about how much money they have and stuff like that, because since it's decentralized. So that's why it gets really complicated, not because like people are bad at explaining it. It's just naturally the way that the technology works is complicated to make it possible.
It's just confusing. So I'm gonna dumb it down to like a secondary level, because there's a lot of things in this world that I wouldn't understand. So you know that phrase like, all right, in English, please.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Or speak to me like I'm 5. That's the way I'm gonna go with this channel and this crypto and everything. So hopefully you can understand everything I'm throwing at you guys, and let's try to make this money together. As you can see, I slightly changed the name of this channel. I think I'm gonna switch it to Arya Investments. But I don't want people to get confused, so I'm gonna start with.
Why don't you just make a new channel?
And then eventually I'll change it later on. So the title of this video: how you can make 8% passively while you sleep.
How
Is it
often?
clickbait that just lead you guys on? No, unfortunately.
It is
I can
clickbait, and
show
it tells
you
how
how
often.
you can exactly make that. We're going to go into exactly how you can make this 8%, and I'm not fooling you guys. It's really possible. A lot of people think, you know, they want to get into Bitcoin or some sort of cryptocurrency and, you know, join the train on trying to get this wealth. I think a lot of people new to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, they want to jump onto this train, try to create some profit and some.
So there's a reason, right? Bitcoin is the most popular, although Ethereum's kind of coming up now. So people recognize that, and they see that it's been gaining a lot of steam throughout its years as a cryptocurrency. So they're like, okay, well, this one seems stable. It's not because people are like, oh, well, I don't understand anything, I'm going to throw it in there. It's because people understand that something like a crypto market is incredibly volatile. That means it goes up, it goes down all the time. All the time it fluctuates extremely, okay? And so when you have something that is more stable than the other ones, that's where most people are going to invest their money, because they don't want to take a loss. When you invest your money, you don't want to lose your money, obviously. So that's why.
Wealth, and they don't exactly understand the whole entire world, so they just buy Bitcoin. And
I don't think that's why most people buy Bitcoin.
But what if I told you you can actually buy this Bitcoin and then make money on top of making money? So if you buy like 50,000 or 55,000 or whatever, and then that's profit. It goes up to 60,000. But what if you get interest on top of the Bitcoin that you have? So it's money on top of making money. Think about it like this: you have your CDs and your interest at banks, right? It's like 0.01 or 0.05. It's something crazy low, which is completely a waste of time. What are you gonna lock up like 10 grand and make?
Okay, yeah, you probably wouldn't normally use a bank to like gain money, but the reason that banks are really useful is because, one, you do at least get some kind of return, but also that money is very, very accessible, right? If you're talking about something like having money in stocks or crypto, you have to sell it first and then get the money and then transfer that to your bank before you can really use it. There are some things, like some places are allowing you to use like crypto to buy stuff, but most places don't allow that. So banks are useful in the sense that the money is accessible, but not useful for like investment, if that makes sense.
Make like $30. I never thought that as a sound investment. That's just,
it's not supposed to be.
Put in the stock market or cryptocurrency.
It's just supposed to be accessible.
That's a complete waste of your time. Don't.
It's not a waste of your time. Honest, if you have like it's not a waste of your time, right? So you have your checking account, and then you have a savings account. The savings account has better returns, but it's still not great. But the purpose is the checking account is something that you can just you're going to use it every day. You need money in there because that's where all of your like bills go to or whatever. That's where you go to like the gas station and use your debit card, whatever, okay? And then you have a savings account, which you might use sometimes if you run out of money in your checking account, but usually it's there in case like an emergency happens. Is really accessible. You can just immediately transfer money there into your checking account and get it out. On top of that, investments are more like if you have like extra money on top of that. So that's the purpose of those things. So yeah, not financial advice, I guess, although that's just kind of good general life advice.
This current way I'm going to show you is pretty much that. You put money in your savings account and you make your APR or whatnot, but it's not 0.05. It's like 8%, not 0.8%.
So he's talking about annually then. So 8% annually is not that crazy. Yeah. Almost any money you put into like a high-end stock or an index fund is going to make something close to that. So sure.
Percent. Like if you put $100,000 into this and just let it sit there.
Who just has $100,000, by the way? Like what?
You will make $8,000 on your investment
a year,
and then your money won't fluctuate. It won't go up and down. It just kind of sit there and just give you $8,000. Isn't that insane? Does that sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. It's actually called stable coins. There's a lot of them out there. Oh. There's like GUSD.
Yes. Okay. Sure. You could do it with crypto, I guess, but a lot of the stuff isn't as stable as like the stock market, right? But you invest your money however you want.
There's a whole bunch of other like stable coins out there. The one I'm talking about is GUSD, which is Gemini. It's a stable coin from the company Gemini, which is pretty much just as big as Coinbase, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency. This GUSD is 1-to-1 USD back.
Yeah. Okay. Any crypto that's 1-to-1 USD, okay, that means that like whatever the dollar's worth, this is worth. That means it's just gonna grow with inflation. Whatever the dollar's worth, that's what it's gonna grow to. Why? Like the only purpose of these is to like have like some kind of stability in the crypto market, right? Like that's the only purpose. So if you just want your money to grow with the inflation of the US dollar, sure, like that, fine. But it's not real. It's like you're basically betting on the US dollar, not really the coin, if that makes sense.
Stable coin. You can always convert it exactly to $1. It is Gemini is a U.S. company regulated by the U.S. Department of Financial Services and eligible for FDIC insurance up to $250,000 per USD. It's really simple to set up. There's like 2 steps and you start earning. Plug and play. I try to make this video as simple as possible. And what I use the app called BlockFi. You can buy it right there, and that's it. That's literally all you do. Download the app, and then you buy USD.
Also, like a lot of companies have something like Binance has something like this, Coinbase has something like this. Like a lot of things have something that's like a $1 thing. Okay, so if you were gonna do this and you already had an account on there, just look for their equivalent coin.
Plug and play, insanely easy, and just put your money there, and you get 8% of whatever you.
Maybe it's like just inflation, and inflation is hardly ever 8%. What? It was like 5% like the last couple years because of coronavirus, but like. Usually it's like around like what they keep it around like 3% or 2% or something like that. So I don't know about 8%, bro.
In my checking account, I have maybe like 5 or 10,000 in there, and then everything else is in different investments, and this is one of them. 8% of my money. I can't pass that up. Now you can do this with a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but the rates vary with every different crypto coin. So in this video, it is 8% for GUSD. If you look at Bitcoin, I think it's like 4%, so it's actually half, but they predict that Bitcoin is going to go up to like $135,000 by the end of the year. So if that is true, that's going to be insane for a lot of Bitcoin owners. I do own a lot of Bitcoin, but that has more risk.
It's just
stable coins.
Speculation. It's heavy speculation. Okay.
Really do not move at all, and you're just getting that APR. So if you're like a risk phobe, here, this is your investment. 0 risk.
No, if you're a risk phobe, why would you put money in anything related to crypto? If you were opposed to all at risk, if you were a risk phobe, period, you would just put your money in like a savings account. You wouldn't even invest it ever. But if you were like less of a risk phobe, then you'd go for like an index fund, and even less, then you'd go for like very stable stocks, and then even less, maybe you go for more volatile stocks, and then lower than that, maybe you'll go for some of these crypto things. Like crypto is that volatile.
There's maybe like a tiny bit of risk. I don't know, the world.
Tiny?
Like
what are you talking about? If that company goes over, Gemini goes under, that all of that money is gone unless people decide that they still want to use that crypto. Like that's no longer backed, right? If that company fails, I guess they haven't like insurance up to $250,000. But if you have more than that, you're kind of screwed, right?
There's always a risk, but this is like virtually no risk.
That's not true. Virtually no risk. Like almost nothing is virtually no risk. Like even banks, like even if you have money in a bank, there's still some risk, right? If the bank goes under, you might get screwed over. So, but again, they're usually insured for more than that. So like whatever, like you have some insurance from the U.S. government, but then again, like there's no such thing as like virtually no risk, right? So just everything has layers and layers and layers of risk. So like, crypto is incredibly volatile always. So just keep that in mind.
Making 8% on your money. And when you download the app and look at it, it's you can see the interest you make. It shows it right there, right when you open the app. So it's completely 100% easy. I'll put where to get the app on the screen right here and in the description box.
Wow. What do you know? He has he has a code for this. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised.
Download the app and start parking that cash and making that crazy money. See, what I personally do is I have a whole bunch of GUSD, and then whenever like one of these coins drop, one of my favorite coins like dip like 20% or something, I pull out the GUSD and I put it into that.
Okay, not to mention a lot of the time, especially on things like Coinbase and stuff, the trading fees are pretty high. Okay, or I don't know if pretty high. They're higher than like something like Robinhood if you're just going for stocks and stuff. So keep that in mind. If you do a lot of like back and forth, like switching between coins, the fees can kind of add up.
If you want to start investing with me, I highly recommend to be debt-free before you start going crazy investing, because it's a lot less stress. All of a sudden now you're hoping and praying something goes up so you can pay your auto loan.
Okay, that would be, yeah. Okay, first of all, being debt-free to invest would exclude almost every single person from investing ever. Like if you have a credit card with a value on it, like if you've used your credit card and haven't paid it off, you're in debt. Okay, if you have a home loan or a car loan, you're in debt. Okay, and of course you should always make sure that you can pay those things before then. But a lot of people will still have like extra money that they can spend into things. And in fact, that's kind of like how some people, like even richer people, will make their money, because they'll make more on returns. Like, so let's say you get a home loan for like 3% or whatever, then they'll make more on their investments than they would like paying that entire house off instantly, right? Because they make more than 3%. So it kind of depends. If you don't even know what I'm talking about, then probably, yeah, just don't have any debt at all. But if you have like spending money and you're not going to use it on anything else, and you can afford to lose that money, that's like that would be like the same as, it's like gambling, right? You're basically gambling. So if it's money that you would take gambling, whatever, like that's pretty much it.
Card or something like that. So I highly recommend and almost require my subscribers to be debt free, excluding your mortgage. You can keep that, but that's the only debt that you should have on this channel. So
Only debt you should have?
start investing.
Like, I mean, like, again, like people have credit cards, people have car loans. Like, what do you mean?
Because if you have like a, I don't know, a credit card or an auto loan at like 8% and then make
8%? No. Who has a, if you have a car loan at 8%, maybe you get your credit up at, like, if you're getting 8% for a car loan, you probably want to get your credit up before like actually getting like a car loan. Go buy a cheap car until you can get your credit up or whatever. But like 8% car loan is, that's a lot. That's a really high car loan.
Investments, now you're taking that risk and only making 1%. See what I mean? So pay off all your debts and then come back here, take this advice. Now, how are you making this 8% on your money that I'm talking about? It's called a staking. You can do this with a lot of cryptocurrency coins. You can do it with Bitcoin. You can do it, like I said before, you can do it with Bitcoin. You can do it with Ethereum, GUSD.
It's like reinvesting your crypto, I guess, if you can think of it that way. I mean, sure, you can make more money this way if you wanted to.
And they all vary with their APR rates. So what other stable coins and cryptocurrency are you invested in? Put it in the comments and let's have a discussion. What's your favorite coins?
All right, I'll go first. I'm in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I'm still in Shiba. Let's go.
Personally, I have my own favorite coins, and I'll be putting those into videos in the future in the next few weeks. So I'm excited. Stick around. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all the coins I want to put out.
Okay, I mean, yeah, short video from Arya today, no problem though. I mean, I'm with it. I love Arya's videos. They're fucking awesome to go over. But yeah, like I said, invest whatever you want to. Do whatever you want with your money. Just, you should probably be able to afford losing the money you invest, because otherwise you don't want to like get kicked out of your home or lose your car. That would suck. But I don't know if I have to say this, but not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just general stuff that I would say. There's probably nothing wrong with investing in crypto as long as you understand that it's a gamble, like just pretty much any investment is, but crypto specifically is so volatile that it is quite the gamble. So if you don't even know anything about crypto, I would suggest getting very familiar with it, understanding at least like on an elementary level how it works and stuff like that. Same thing with stocks, like how do like those work. If you're going to get into that kind of stuff, I would suggest understanding that. And yeah, you can essentially get better returns than you could by just putting your money in a bank account, but it's also a lot more dangerous. So keep that in mind. Arya, I don't know if he just like wants everyone to just like keep invest. Actually, he wants people to use his codes. That's what he really wants. I understand, but keep that in mind too. I have no like incentive to like say anything to you, right? Like I don't make money off of doing any of this. He makes money if he uses codes for pretty much everything. So just keep that in mind. I make nothing, he does. So think about who's probably going to be more honest here, right? And let me know down in the comments below how you feel about crypto. Personally, I feel like the technology is pretty incredible. I think blockchain technology itself is pretty awesome. Aside from it just being used for crypto right now, there's a lot of other cool stuff it can be used for in the future. Crypto as an idea, I don't know. I'm invested in some, like I said earlier, just because it's kind of cool. I have the extra money and why not? But if it like went away tomorrow, like I don't care. Like if I lost all my money in there, I'm fine. So that's kind of the difference here. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments, and please like and subscribe to the channel because I'll be going over other videos like this. If you have other people who make videos about Earth 2 or about other metaverse stuff or even about crypto stuff like this, let me know, and I might make a video reacting to them and breaking down some of their stuff, especially if they are saying things that you think might be malicious or they're using arguments and you're kind of unsure how to like break those arguments down and talk about why they're bad. I really like doing that. In fact, that's like one of the that's like one of the first videos I did on this channel, is going through stuff like that. So if you have stuff like that, let me know. I'll definitely look into it, and if it's a good video, I'll put it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.